On that note, we're gonna start. So again, hello everyone. All I hope future cabin crews, flight attendants, right? So one question, the first question from my side to you: what do you mean by cabin crew, or what is a flight attendant? You guys can raise your hand, and then Anushka will let you unmute yourself. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, Shrishti.
Ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Please call me Neha. Usually, guy,
Uh,
you right. Okay,
sure.
no problem.
So, ma'am, flight attendant has this responsibility to take care of the cabin and of the passengers, to understand their needs and necessities, and to try to solve their problems. And yeah, that's it.
Okay, wonderful. How about you, Manisha?
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, good evening.
Good evening.
Ma'am, cabin crew work is about being making them feel safe, and we assure their means we provide them all their wants, whatever they need, and in board, and we also try to make them comfort over there so that they can travel freely or well, and if there are any problem, means I mean, if there is any problem, they solve the problem. That's all.
Absolutely. Rightly said, Manisha. Anyone else? I can see Varsha wrote in the chat box the cabin crew provides excellent service to passengers while ensuring their safety and comfort. Varsha rightly said. So, cabin crew provides excellent service to passenger while ensuring their safety and comfort. Right. Anyone else? Any change of thoughts, different opinion, or any other answers? Please feel free to say. And guys, you can see raise hand wala option on
Okay,
the
ma'am.
Zoom call itself. Yes, who is it?
Yes, ma'am. I'm Roshan Sawas here. Roshan Sawas this side.
You are the one who's not getting the option to raise your hand. You wrote in the
Yes,
chat
ma'am.
box, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So
Actually,
actually,
it's there right in the bottom under reactions. So, anyway, you can tell me what is your opinion regarding the same.
ma'am, first of all, I want to ask you, how are you, ma'am?
Wonderful. Thank you for asking, Roshan.
Thank you, ma'am. So, in my perspective and point of view, is cabin crew is not a mockery. Cabin crew
Mm-hmm.
role is a very biggest role. They are take care the passenger. They're the biggest responsibility in flight, and whenever I travel by air by aircraft, so I have heard about that the cabin crew is the most responsible person at that time when they take up CPR, they give a CPR, they give a every kind of facility. Like most of the cabin crew roles is safety, comfort, and security in flight management. So it's the most important part, and one day definitely I want to become a cabin crew.
I'm sure you will. I'm sure, Roshan, you have that capability in you. Let me tell you that when you were giving your introduction, I was there listening you guys, and I can feel that when you are so passionate about stuff, and moreover, I can see that in your answers also.
Actually, man, I'm a very jolly kind of person. Whenever I went to airport or something somewhere, I made a I become a new friend.
Mm.
And sometime actually, ma'am, I have a bit experience for a customer. Like my father have a small business as a small restaurant. Sometime when I'm stay in my home and go for my shop, and I have deal with some customer. So that time I have recognized that which kind of skill I have. So that's why I want to suggest this field for aviation, and I want to join this job profile.
Wonderful. Great. Like you're already taking experience of customer service, which is pretty great, and it will be an add-on for you whenever you go for your interview. I would suggest that you always specify your experience, even if this is at your place. It is your business, your father's business. Still specify the experience. It is very, very important.
Actually, ma'am, I got a mail by Akasa as well as Vistara Airline for a cabin crew interview. So, ma'am, actually, I am a bit nervous. how can I deal with them, the recruiter, because they are asked so many questions in about the interview, like tell me about yourself. Then that time, how can I represent myself as a good way? That time I have little bit confused at time.
I understand, Roshan. So, we're gonna discuss like a lot of things in this presentation. Okay, pay attention to that. But regarding your question, we have the whole advanced course wherein I am preparing students and giving the interview. All right. So, we're gonna discuss about that around, I think, around 6:35. Sorry, 6:30 or 6:40. Right. We're gonna tell you more about the advanced course. But meanwhile, pay attention to the presentation because you will find a lot of answers in this workshop itself. All right.
Thank you so much, Neha.
Oh, welcome. So, guys, moving ahead, rightly said by all of you that cabin crew are very important people on board, right? We are there for service while ensuring the safety and comfort, right? So, what is our primary duty on board? Right. So, what is our primary duty on board? It is to ensure passengers' safety and comfort, right? Simultaneously providing them best customer service on board, 5-star customer service on board. All right. So when like most of the airlines who are full service, they take care or they pay full attention onto the service part. All right. But all the airlines pay 100% attention on the safety part because that is the most important thing we are there for. That is why I'm sure a lot of people are not aware of the fact. That is why we don't call this job as air hostess anymore. Right? You will see a lot of people referring this profession as air hostess today also in present scenario, right? But now it is kind of irrelevant because we don't call this profession as air hostess anymore. We call it either flight attendants or cabin crew. So if you hear someone calling this profession as air hostess, you know what to say, right? Okay. Now, this job comes with lot of perks and lot of benefits, which I'm going to highlight about, and I'll tell you a little bit of challenging part as well, which is equally important to know, right? So, perks of being a cabin crew. Now, again, one question from my side, wherein I want you to put answers in the chat box. All right. You can see this set of crew on the left-hand side of your screen, I believe. Just tell me which airline this cabin crew belong to in the chat box. Okay, a lot of responses I'm getting in the chat box. Okay, so people who are saying Qatar Airways are wrong. Okay, it's Emirates. All right. So this set of crew belongs to Emirates, right? So you guys, must have seen this uniform a lot of places, especially at the airport or on the internet. So this is how you gain knowledge. All right. So perks of being a cabin crew. First, and the most amazing perk is traveling around the world while getting paid for the same. Right. So you travel the world on your duty. If you want, you can go on leisure trips on your days off. The best part of the job, right? Amazing salary. So people who join this industry as a cabin crew get amazing salary. Even if you join Indian airline, any Indian airline or international airline, the salary is amazing. This job, this particular profession is actually in top 10 amongst top 10 highly paying jobs, especially in international market, right? Easier promotion. So when I say easier promotion, I'm comparing this job with a lot of other jobs in the corporate. So here getting a promotion is a bit easy. You just need to maintain your performance, your file, and then you can see yourself moving on to business class and then to supervisor and then so on and so forth, right? Staff travel. So guys, let's say you are a part of any airline, be it as a ground staff or travel advisor or as a cabin crew, because they give this benefit to all their employees. When you want to travel, whenever you want to travel anywhere on your days off with your family, you can book discounted tickets. Okay, sometimes they just ask you to pay the taxes and they waive off the fare entirely, right? Friends from all cultures, so people who really like to socialize, talk to new people every day. Best thing for them, you get friends from all cultures, especially when you become a crew in international airline wherein you'll be working with over 150 nationalities, right? So you will get this benefit along with that. Access to five-star hotels and restaurants. So guys, whenever you are on your duty, for example, going from, for example, Delhi to New York, right? You'll be staying there for a day or two, however your roster has been designed. Okay, so that stay would be in five-star hotel only. This is how your airline takes care of you. All right. Now these are the benefit, but what is the challenging part? Irregular working hours, irregular schedule. All right. Today you have a flight early in the morning, but tomorrow you're flying midnight. Right. No fixed days off. You will be working during festivals also. Right. So these are challenges that you will face. Okay. For me, still with these challenges, the journey was pretty exciting because I chose that for me. Right. All right. I can see a lot of chats in the chat box. So guys, if you're asking any question in the chat box, please don't do it, because we're gonna have question and answer round like by the end of the session, and then we can talk. All right, you can directly ask it from me. All right, wonderful. Now we're gonna talk a little bit about the eligibility criteria. I'm sure you guys have a lot of question about if I am eligible or not. Okay, so moving ahead. There you go. Okay, so what we're going to talk about is a few prerequisites, requirements, and essentials. All right, and what are you going to do? How are you going to prepare for your interview? All right, so pay attention to this. Prerequisites. So guys, you should be 18 years plus for Indian and 21 years plus for international airlines. Very important. But there are exceptions. Sometimes international airline, they hire people who are 18 years and above, right? So what you need to do is from your end, always check the key requirements whenever you apply for any vacancy. But 18 is the minimum age to be able to apply for any vacancy in this profession. So what is the minimum qualification? Most of the airlines are asking for is 10 plus 2. Right? Why they're asking just 10 plus 2 as a minimum qualification? Because the training that they want you to pursue is something that is going to provide to you by them. Right? So the entire training which is relevant for the job will be provided to you by your airline only. It is going to be good 2 to 3 months of training with a lot of assessments, exams, practicals. Once you clear that, you get a license to fly as a cabin crew. Right? That is why the minimum qualification is 10 plus 2. But you should, of course, do your graduation part for you. Right? Now, height criteria, very important. Height criteria, most of the Indian airlines, they ask for minimum 155 centimeters or 157 centimeters minimum. Right? And for international, it is most of the times 160 centimeters plus. Okay, but can they change the criteria in the future? Yes, they can. And you should always check the key requirements. Now, essentials. As I told you in the beginning of the session, that this workshop is going to be in English only. Why? Because that is the very important criteria of the job. Must be able to read, write, speak in English for international. English and Hindi both for Indian airlines. All right. If you know any other language apart from English and Hindi, please do specify in your resume and in your introduction. Okay, very important. All airlines require fluency in English. You must have a good level of English to be able to pass the interview. So you guys going to get judged on your command over English, fluency, speech, right? So, and all lot of other factors which is not related to language but related to your personality. However, this is the only language you will get judged on, which is English. Okay, the clarity of speech, fluency, vocabulary, right? English skills are an important part of your training because your entire training will be in English only, except for an Indian Airlines, wherein they may ask you to, not may, but you have to practice the announcements in Hindi, right? So apart from that, rest of the training will be in English only, right? In addition to that, very important thing, guys, no tattoos in sight. Okay, since this industry is actually one of the highly professional industry, they don't allow people to have tattoos anywhere. Few of the airlines, they give leverage of having a tattoo which should not be visible while wearing a uniform. Okay, but if it is still visible, then sorry, you will not be able to get hired. Okay, good health, you will need to go through medical test. You need to maintain your health from now onwards. I'm sure you guys are doing it, living very healthy life, but still take care of yourself a little bit extra, especially when you join the airline as a cabin crew, right? Very important. Even when you go through all the rounds of your interview and you are already done with all the assessments, the last round is always going to be the medical round. Okay, you have to go through certain medical tests, and if they find something which is not supposed to be there, then they have to drop you as a candidate, right? Now, some qualities a cabin crew should possess: positive attitude, patience, assertiveness, professionalism and responsibility, empathy, customer service skills, eagerness to learn, and active listening. All these qualities in front of you are very important qualities I think any human being should possess. But whenever you go for the interview, you will get assessed on these qualities. How? By asking questions from you, by giving hypothetical situations to you, by making you participate in a role play or a group discussion, right? It's not like it is going to be a direct question from you that are you patient or not. They are not going to analyze like that. I'm sure you guys know about that, right? What they're going to do, they're going to ask questions from you, they're going to give you certain situation and want to listen from you how you're going to deal with it, and you have to portray all these qualities in your answers and in your personality. Okay, so we have a whole elaborated version in the advanced course of like in the curriculum, which we will talk about in a while, wherein we are actually practicing how to answer, portraying all these qualities in front of the recruiter. Okay, we have been conducting mock interviews for my students. I am doing it one-on-one. So there, like, we discuss everything over there. Since this is just 1 hour of workshop, very less time, and I have really a lot to cover in this as well. Now, tips to help you pass the interview. Practice. The more you use a language, the better you become at it. Okay. So, guys, if you think you are lacking behind somewhere in the language, for example, English or Hindi, some people struggle with Hindi as well, right? So, practice the language. Okay. Use it oftenly with your friends, colleagues. All right. Strive to become better. So people who have already given any interviews in the past and if you didn't get selected at that point of time, so it's okay. Time to move on. Just make yourself better for the next one. Right? Research, very important, guys. Always research about the company you're applying for. Okay. In like, a lot of information that you need to keep in mind, because you will have to use those in your answers. Right? Read instruction carefully. So I've been emphasizing on this ever since I started this presentation, is always check the key requirements and the job description whenever you are going for the interview. So key requirements, why? Because you don't want to go over there even though you're not eligible. You should know that 100% aware of the fact that I'm eligible for this job, I'm meeting the height criteria, I'm meeting the education criteria, I'm meeting the age criteria. Right? And job description, why? Because most of the people are not aware of the fact, but guys, your answers have to be from the job description that they're asking for. Right? Keep it simple, keep your answers simple, do not stretch it, do not elaborate it. Okay? Give appropriate pauses, emphasize on appropriate information. Right? Focus on the question asked. Always listen to the recruiter very carefully. Plan your answers. So plan your answers ahead of time. For example, you have your interview tomorrow. Today is the time you plan your answers, and that doesn't mean that you start by hearting your answers. Okay, you will not going to learn it. You'll just plan it. How? Like, if this kind of question is going to ask, if they're going to ask me, I'm going to relate to this experience of mine. I'm going to talk about this. I'm going to talk like that. This is how you're going to plan. Right? And since this whole subject is a part of the advanced course, we will talk more about what type of question can be asked, how they can rephrase the question, and what you should answer, like with one-on-one, with individual experience. Okay. Rightly said by Walt Disney, the way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. So guys, this is the high time. If you really want to join this industry as a cabin crew, stop thinking a lot about it. Start applying for the job, start giving interviews, practice, go for the interview. Right? A lot of airlines, they're hiring back to back. You know why? Because in pandemic, they really had serious hit on their business, but now they are back in the industry. Right? And they need crew. A lot of airlines they're hiring right now, especially Qatar Airways. I haven't seen Qatar Airways hiring back to back in India, and I have been looking at it from, I think, 2021 August, and they're hiring for the fourth time in 8 months in different parts of India only. I mean, in different part of world, but for us, India is, we need to give interview in India only. So this is how Vistara is hiring, as Roshan mentioned. Akasa is hiring because they're gonna start their operation in Summers itself. Jet Airways is going to start hiring soon because they are starting their operations as well. So you see there are ample of opportunities waiting for you. You just need to take a step and go for it. Right? Very important. So question and answer is going to be in a while. We will start asking question. I mean, you will start asking question. I'll start answering you people. And let's begin the travel adventure. The job is pretty adventurous. It is, of course, because of the benefit, because of the challenges, both of them together. You're really going to enjoy it. Right? Now, stop share. Okay. Right. So, Anushka, you can enable that option. And guys, one by one, you need to raise your hand if you have any question. And I would not be able to go through a lot of chats I've already pasted over there. Okay. All right. We'll start with iPhone. Who is iPhone, by the way? iPhone. Can you hear me?
Yeah, ma'am.
Your name. I don't want to call you iPhone anymore.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry for that.
No problem.
So I have a question. Um,
Your name, please.
Shreya.
Shreya. Okay, Shreya, go ahead.
So I have a question that I haven't started this cabin crew all in this. I just take information about cabin crew and how we do all the information you are giving us.
Right.
Okay, so I have done my diploma computer science.
Okay.
So I don't know if the after 10th. So I don't know if I'm eligible for going through the cabin crew. I mean, I don't know about that.
So have you completed your 10 plus 2?
Not 12th, but 10th, and then diploma computer science graduation.
Okay, okay. All right. See, actually, to be a part of this industry as a cabin crew, especially, you need to submit your certificate from your 12th standard.
12th standard. Okay.
So, what if so they it doesn't matter if you're doing it regular or distance because I think you can do your 12th from open learning. But if you're planning to do it regularly, go ahead, do it. But 10 plus 2 is mandatory.
Okay. 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 That okay. That's what I have to ask you.
Thank you. Right,
Can I,
right.
ma'am?
I'll come on to you guys. I can see a lot of hands, so I'm going, one by one.
Sure.
Second one is Srushti on my screen. Yes, Srushti, go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, I wanted to ask how to maintain good skin. I mean, if you're getting pimples or if you have dry skin, so how to maintain it? Which products we are supposed to use?
See, I would not be able to comment on the brands and products because you have to use which suits to your skin. All right. But if you have acne prone skin, I can suggest to use a moisturizer which is water based because most of the people who have acne prone skin, they have oily face, oily skin. Their, skin release a lot of or secrete a lot of oil, right? So go for the water-based moisturizer. Wash your face frequently with cold water in winter. Okay, not very hot, but at least with warm water frequently. Right. We have the whole grooming curriculum module in the advanced course. We're going to talk a lot about your hair and skin over there. But as a tip, cleanse your face frequently and moisturizer. If you're using an oil-based moisturizer, change it to water-based moisturizer. You'll find it on Google. Just type water-based Google or moisturizer and then choose the product. Okay.
And one more thing, ma'am, is swimming mandatory?
Guys, swimming is mandatory in few of the airlines, and if you don't know how to swim, just don't apply for that airline. And most of the airlines, they don't ask swimming as a mandatory requirement. However, they always write that you should be able to at least go into the water with floating aid, which is your life jacket. So you should not be hydrophobic, a person who cannot tolerate water at all, right? So if you don't know how to swim, just do not apply for the airline wherein swimming is mandatory. Okay.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
All right. Diksha. Diksha, can you hear me?
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Actually, I wanna ask that one of my hair is not proper. I have some medical issue for that.
Okay.
Can I go with the cabin crew? Can I go for the cabin crew?
Is it like something with the skin, the outer thing, or something inside? Like,
Inside, inside.
do you have, like, do you get hard time hearing people because of
Yes, I
that?
can hear. I can hear properly, but one of my ear is not. One of my ear is not I have some issues in that.
See, Diksha, actually, listening is very important thing in this job profile. And in one of the medical tests, hearing is, I mean, the medical test that you need to go through once you clear all the rounds of your interview, right? So
Mm.
eyesight test and hearing test is there. If you clear that, there is no problem in getting into the airline. They would hire you.
Okay, and for the ground staff also is the same criteria.
there is no medical test, guys. If you want to join the company as a travel advisor or ground staff or customer service executive, there is no such requirement to go through a medical test.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, Fatima, go ahead. Okay, Neha. Neha, do you have a
Hello, ma'am.
question?
Hello, ma'am.
Who is it?
Fatima.
Yes, Fatima, go ahead.
Ma'am, good evening.
Good
You
evening.
have mentioned about that after we clear the interview, we'll get a 3-month training. Is it the training going to be paid, or all the expenses will be given by the company ourselves, or we have to look for the expenses?
Training will be paid, of course. You will get, once you join the airline, you will start getting paid from the day one itself, right? So yeah, need not to worry about that.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, Neha.
Good evening.
Evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. I want to ask that my eyesight is not very proper, so I can go with this problem or not.
You can, guys. Eyesight is not an issue as long as you are comfortable using your spectacles or lenses on board. All right. So a few of the Indian airlines, they expect you to wear lenses whenever you're flying. All right. But if you talk about international airlines, for example, Qatar, Emirates, Gulf, Air Arabia, all these airlines, they don't expect a crew to wear lenses on board. Since they are operating overseas, they have pretty long flights, right? You can even fly with your spectacles on.
Ma'am, my eyesight one eyesight is in negative power, so that's why.
Not a problem. Not a problem. It's absolutely fine.
And ma'am, is there any issue with our teeth and all? Like we should have straight, means we have to put braces for doing our teeth straight.
See, guys, understand this job. I mean, I think I know most of the people, they have this myth. See, we are not getting into modeling, right? Yes, this industry is highly professional. Yes, this industry wants you to get to be groomed. All right. But they are looking for very skilled people who know how to deal with human beings. Okay. So things like teeth, eyesight, as long as you are not colorblind, as long as you can see properly, having spectacles, absolutely fine. Teeth is not a problem, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Perform really well in your interview. And all these things will not come into the picture.
Thank you.
Right? Yes, Anushka, go ahead. Anushka Said. Ruchti. Okay.
Good
Yes.
evening, ma'am.
Hi, Anushka. Good evening.
My question is, should we need to do the course for getting job in aviation or not?
Okay. So, yeah, I actually wanted to talk about this. So, guys, yes, I think someone asked this question in the chat box as well. There is no such requirement to do courses anywhere outside your airline. Why? There's a reason behind it. First of all, they don't want you to get this training from anywhere. Okay. This job, this safety training, first aid training is very, very crucial, very, very important. That's why you have to go through multiple assessments and practicals. Okay. So they don't want you to have this information from anywhere else, because they would not understand the severity. I mean, any institute would not understand the severity of it. Okay, the protocols, the SOPs means standard operating procedures. Airlines are aware of. So they don't want you to get such training from anywhere. It's just that you gonna get this training from them for free. Then why you wanna spend lack of money before, and spend a lot of time over there? Right, all you need to focus on is the interview part, guys. That's all. That should be your focus right now.
Actually, ma'am, I just do go. No, may I talk in Hindi? Anna, I can't hear you, ma'am.
Anushka, can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
बोलो.
एक्चुअली मैंने अभी है ना एक जगह एयर स्काई करके था कंपनी, उधर है ना उन्होंने मीन्स मुझे बोला कि हाँ इंटरनेट जॉब लगेगा एयरलाइंस में, सो मैंने अप्लाई किया उधर एंड मैं 10+2 हूँ नाउ आई एम इन लास्ट ईयर, सो मैंने उधर अप्लाई किया तो वो बोले कि नहीं डॉक्यूमेंट वेरिफिकेशन का कुछ 1400 लगेगा और उसके बाद उन्होंने मुझसे 5000 ऐसे हाफ हाफ में लिए और मैंने भरे भी हो, उसके बाद मुझे लगा नहीं जॉब और फिर मेरे फैमिली और घर सब बोलते फ्रेंड्स भी कि नहीं एविएशन में जाने के लिए कोर्स लगता है, ऐसे विदाउट कोर्स नहीं जा सकते तुम।
ऐसा कुछ नहीं है guys, I haven't done course from anywhere, okay, and I'm glad I did not because I was not even aware of this thing, but some of like one of my friends sister, she guided me to do any such courses because I was kind of ready to spend a lot of money and my time in for that course, and thankfully I got a good guidance before I do that, right? So she told me that I do not need to have any such training from anywhere, just prepare myself for the interview and go for it. I did the same, right? They will not gonna ask you anything about the training because they know that you gonna get that training from them, and this is what they want. Okay, they want to train fresh minds instead of people who already have such knowledge from somewhere else. Okay, so yeah, do not believe on such myth. I have been into this industry in from past 7.5 years, right? I have been into different job profiles in aviation. I haven't done any course from anywhere. I'm just a graduate in English.
Can I ask something?
Right, Anushka? You have I answered your question?
Hello.
Yes, who is it? I can't hear you.
Miss, I am Ruchi.
Okay, just a second. 1 second. Okay, guys, before continue with the question and answer, let's just talk about the advanced course, wherein we are just focusing on the interview part and how to crack the interview. All right. So I would request Anushka to tell you about the advanced course. I'm going to explain about the curriculum part, and then we will come back onto the question and answer part. Okay. So don't worry, your questions will not go unanswered. It will be answered by me. But let us just tell you or give you information about the advanced course. All right, Anushka. Please
Yes.
go ahead.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So who are, I'm damn sure it will be like, ma'am is giving much more knowledge about it, right? Right, guys? Are you enjoying this session?
Yes, ma'am.
Very much.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Yes,
Wanted
ma'am.
to know about the surprise part now?
Yeah, it is surprise.
Excited, super excited or not?
Yes.
Super excited. Super excited.
Right? Okay, moving ahead with the details of the master's class, guys. Okay, right now I will just disabling your mute option. Be on mute, guys, now, just for 2 minutes. That's all. Yes, thank you so much. So I'll be sharing you the details of the master's class, guys. 1 second. Ma'am, it is visible, right?
Yes,
Are
it
you
is.
there? Yes. So guys, we have a master's class, okay, because in one session we cannot learn many things, right? In one day, in one session, we cannot learn. In 1 hour also, we cannot learn anything about the aviation because aviation is a huge chapter, okay? And we, for this, ma'am has, she's taking your master's class. So it is coming from 14th February till 17th February, guys. So it will be Monday to Thursday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So you will be getting a 4-day session. along with the mentorship, guys. So now what is mentorship, guys? So if you're stuck in life, like later also, now you are asking your questions and immediately ma'am is answering, right? Ma'am is addressing each one of you, right? But later what happens, right? Because if you're stuck in the life, ma'am will be there to guide you whole life. So that is a mentorship we are giving you in this master's class. So after the master's class, like after you complete your master's class, you will be getting a certificate, guys. Okay. And after the completion of the certificate, like after the completion of the master's class certificate also, we are providing you recording videos, guys. So it will be accessible throughout your life. Okay. And you can, connect to the mom at any time, right? That will be also there in this part. And you will be